Hello and welcome to Embers Adrift. It's the beta, or beta, momentarily. Or at this moment, I should say. And yeah, I have entered the open beta. I have not... you can also buy this game or kind of buy a way into early access. I have not done that. But yeah, over this weekend, as of recording, it is open to everyone that has an account. I already have a character. I already made a second character actually because I didn't like the appearance of my first character. But then I thought, hang on, I can just you can always just edit the appearance of your existing characters as of now. Maybe they change this in the future. I don't know. This is kind of a thing. To me, you're kind of damned if you do and damned if you don't. It's nice to have all the options to change your character around, but at the same time, just having all the options is also a bit, I don't know, immersion breaking in a way. You know, you can just turn yourself into a guy, basically, if you started out as a girl. And you can just make yourself really tall all of a sudden. Oh. Yeah, let's just go with the with this one. So I did wanted to change up my appearance a bit. I gave my character dark eyes, which I don't know. Maybe it'll be better if I give her a bit lighter eyes. That doesn't look too bad. I'll have to check out in game because the dark eyes kind of seem to be graphically glitching a bit. Almost looked like I had empty eye sockets at some point. Hair is fine. The hair color, I mean. You also get to choose a favorite color. Let's do this. So you have stuff like this. Green looks nice. With the black hair. So you have three options in terms of your hairstyle. Kind of the top, the sides and the back. But honestly, even with all these options, there isn't that much to really... Because yeah, you have none, you have back, and you have down. And that's it. So maybe give her a fade? I don't know. How does that look? Yeah, I don't know, not too bad. The tops, you have none. Kind of your monk. Back swept. Braids on top. A buzz cut. Fade. With a floating tail. And that's it. So again, and then the back, ponytail, none, a braid, looks a bit like a mohawk almost, a bun, dreads, tie, ponytail. Yeah, we're already done again. So yeah, all in all, actually not that many combinations really. Let's go with this, that's not too bad. Complexion, we can give her freckles. Freckles 2 and 3 look the same. Freckles 4, none. Eyebrows. Oh, those are not too bad actually. Thin, straight, bushy. Ooh. High arch. Outer round, wedge. Yeah, we're hard angle. Let's go with kind of your feminine, thin, flat ones. Paint. Yeah, these skull sockets. Maybe if you go black. There we go. We have the raccoon look. None. Yeah, this is just eyeshadow really. Bandit, Bold. Intrigue. Very dark. Plum. Let's just leave it at simple. Yeah, let's accept edits. So yeah, this character is level 2. Also, this you can also change actually in-game. You have these portraits to choose from. And it's a... maybe go with this one. So I'm guessing... so I myself get to see this in-game because my health bar will show this portrait. And I'm guessing maybe other characters will as well when they click on me. But yeah, it's kind of odd to see this many options for kind of diverse options for your portrait, even though the characters, in my opinion, look a bit samey, especially the face. Maybe even the hair, because there's really not that much to go on. Like this one has bangs. I can't give my character any bangs. Yeah, this one is. These ones are more like, yeah, well, if you have the gear for it, it kind of makes sense, I suppose. So yeah, we can have a portrait. Let's enter the world. I'm level 2 already, but I'm still at the starting area, and I actually walk back to the area where you well, the almost the exact spot where you actually start the game. Here we are, New Haven Valley. Yesterday it was really crowded. I was around when the servers opened up, and yeah, this place was just packed with people. So it's not so bad now. Maybe it has to do with I think a lot of people will be playing in America, and I'm not really sure what time it is there now, but maybe it's the middle of the night, so yeah. Let's go over a bit of the options actually. So we have gameplay options. Overhead nameplates. I have turned off the players because yesterday it was really crowded, and I'll leave it off now. I usually do for kind of privacy and whatnot. Overhead combat text, that's fine. Overhead chat, I don't mind that. Target self with click, yeah, usually. That was already off, but I like that off also. Enable camera damping. I'm not really sure what this is, and I turned it. It was on by default, but I turned it off. Adds a small amount of damping to the camera when following your character. I don't know. Let's turn it on if we notice anything. Dialogue speed. I'm not really sure what this means though, because. Yeah, maybe we'll find some NPCs to talk to, but I don't know if it applies to that. I don't think so. Nameplate scale. This was pretty high, so I turned it down. UI scale. This is of course nice to have. There is one thing that is a bit I noticed about it, is that the confirm button doesn't actually scale. I might have to point it out if we get one. Font size, good to have. Tooltip delay, yeah. Escape toggles menus, that's good, fine. Disable auto attack on target death, that's probably a good thing to do. Although, yeah, probably maybe not when you're fighting groups, but I think this is kind of the standard really. Disable tooltip for action bar abilities. Yeah, you could turn that off when you know what you're doing. Hide tutorial pop-ups, yeah, they recommend you to not turn this off, and I really shouldn't. The tutorial pop-ups haven't been intrusive really. There are not that many of them. Like in some MMOs, you just get bombarded with tutorial pop-ups. Actually, in this game, at some point, they were rather slow with it because leveling takes quite a long while, and I got a pop-up when I got to level 2. Telling me really blasé stuff that I already kind of you basically had to have figured out by then. Leave combat after looting. This is off by default, but I turn it on almost immediately because yeah, this is really handy. Open bag, gathering bag together. I actually don't know where my gathering bag is and what button. So might turn this on. Input, mouse sensitivity, keybinds. Here's one thing. So forward and backwards, of course, and then we move left, move right. This is strafing, which because I kind of grew up on WoW, let's say, I really like my A and G buttons to be turning, and then having my when I'm holding down the right mouse button, having that be changed to strafing. I know it's not optimal. You should probably always be strafing, but that's kind of how I roll. Thing is though, keyboard turning in this game is really slow. I'll show it off in a bit. So yeah, it's not optimal this way. It never is, but it's even worse than I'm kind of used to. Jump, combat stance. This is just your sheath button. Rest stance. This was turned to C, but I turned it to X because that again, kind of your button to sit down in. I should probably turn. Let's do it like that. This is normally T, but I do use T in a lot of games for the walk toggle. Bag. Gathering bag is G. Oh, that's easy enough. Equipment inventory. I could probably set this to C as a second one. Skills. Crafting recipes. Social map. Crouch. So we actually have a crouch, but I've not really tried that. Yep, tap targeting, auto attack. This is set to back quote. I like to have it on F. Although not always, because in F is pretty easy to hit, and I remember playing a bit of Project 1999, and of course in old Everquest you can just attack pretty much any NPC you can just attack, and yeah, I had once or twice I attacked an NPC by accident, and you'll be punished for that. Auto run, I like to have that on my mouse button. Yeah, might have to retrain myself not to put it somewhere else, because the mouse button is probably a good idea to have that for an extra attack. Yeah, I haven't really messed with any custom keybinds so far. Kind of this game kind of prides itself in being more your old school. You have a hail button, kind of your old school camera POV. Yeah, I need to talk about that as well. Yeah, kind of your old school game that isn't kind of slower paced, so you really don't need that quick of a access to all your abilities, really. This game, I think, well, I don't know at later levels, but so far just clicking abilities is really fast enough. Yeah, the graphics in this game. This is kind of as is. I turned on contact shadows, although I'm not really sure what it does. They really don't. Yeah, this is extremely expensive grass shadow, so I left this off. I have set it on balance, and I have it on 60 FPS. It kind of boots up like this almost, only it defaults to 30 FPS. Kind of the developers kind of stated that this game really doesn't need 60 FPS, so to spare your hardware, you might want to turn it to 30 FPS. Although, yeah, I really have a hard time with 30 FPS. So balanced on 60 FPS, so far it seems okay, but this game is kind of notorious for being pretty heavy on your GPU, CPU, whatnot, everything. I turned it to, so it's on balance. I turned it to high fidelity for a bit yesterday, and yeah, my computer started well, what would you say? I could hear him having trouble with it. It was getting hot inside, let's say that. Um, yeah, so I'll not mess too much with it because I think I'm at 60 FPS. It seems okay for now. It's not really running that hot or anything. My PC is making terrible noises, or so I think we can handle 60 FPS on balanced audio. Kind of your yeah, auras. I'm not really sure what there might be certain abilities. I've turned down effects because yeah, the just your screams and cries of enemies are quite annoying. They usually are in games like this. And we are done with the options. Oh yeah, this is actually something. Uh, Video. The exposure adjustment, that is quite something. Something that kind of harkens back to classic EverQuest is at night. I think they kind of pedaled back on this, but if you turn this all the way up, when it's actually dark, it's really dark. And you really need a torch, and even with the torch, you can't really see that far ahead. Come on, I want it at 15. There we go. Which is again, I have this. The only experience I have is Project 1999, but yeah, in that one, also at the nights are really really dark. Honestly, you can't really explore much without fear of being running into something bad. But yeah, with this one, they've kind of. I think they've kind of meant to do that, where at nights are really dark. But yeah, with this one, if you slide it all the way over here, you can just see pretty much. It's almost as bright as day. Maybe we'll get to night sometime, because there is a day and night cycle in here, which isn't tied to local time, I believe. Change the game. So yeah, you start the game out here. Also, you start out with... Nope, that is my... You start out with 2 sets of weapons. No, it's still... Yeah, it's not as bad. Kind of the thing with the eyes. I don't know, I think it has to do with her... kind of the skin color on the eyelids are kind of popping out too much. So that kind of messes with the insides of her eyes. It's not so... Yeah, I think turning the eyes blue has kind of helped a bit. Anyway, yeah, so far I've been using my hammer. Doing quite a bit of damage, and I'm not really taking that much damage just yet. I did find some gear. Gloves and braces and a belt. It's a bit of a shame that so far only the gloves show up on my character. These ones did not make any change. Let's check that actually. If I take this off. Yeah, we don't have a belt. There we go. We're not streaking. Aha, I have some ore. I'm a prospector. Now it's probably a time to talk about the POV thing. So if I press V, we have kind of this over the side view, and this is kind of your regular view. Thing is, this is as far in as it goes, which is kind of odd to me. This game doesn't have a first-person camera. I've looked around in the settings, you know, if there maybe was a keybind that I was missing, but nope, it simply does not seem to have a first-person camera. Which is kind of odd, since it's kind of, again, prides itself being more old school. I mean, Everquest, I think originally Everquest was only playable in first person, or it had really limited third person capabilities. It wasn't until, I think, after the first year that they kind of introduced a different UI than the one where you kind of bricked in. But yeah, anyway, tangent again. Yeah, I think old school MMOs are kind of known for having a old school 3D MMOs kind of known for having a first person camera, and this one has not. Yeah, 60 FPS is way nice for this game. I only turned it on right before recording. I was on 30 FPS while I was playing yesterday for an hour or something. Enough to get to level 2. Yeah, we have Dante. I wonder if he tells us if he has anything more to say to us now that I've already talked to him basically. There we go. So this is the NPC dialogue window, which is kind of bare bones, as you can see. This is what I meant. So I've turned up the UI scale quite a bit, but this button is really tiny, so I don't think this one scales. You approach a man seemingly lost in his music. As he heeds your approach, he seems both surprised and excited to see you. Hail, Drifter. Welcome to New Haven. I'm Dante, a humble bard at your service. I'm here to greet newcomers from the Darklands. And you are? I am Evan. Nice to meet you, Dante. And you, Evan, must have a million questions. Yes, in fact. I'm happy to answer any questions you may have. Well, this is good. We can just repeat these lines. I had a hard time concentrating on it yesterday because there were so many people around. I say so many, maybe there were dozens. It's not like some MMOs, you know, it's just like hundreds of thousands, but I think it was more in the dozens really. So yeah, we have this here, which is kind of your friendly target, and we have also your so yeah, again, this one has a portrait which doesn't look anything like this character. So yeah, they have more variety in portraits than actual graphics. Yes, in fact. I'm happy to answer any questions you may have. Who are you? My name is Dante. I play music near the bridge, calling to those who wander the Darklands, hoping those near enough will hear it and follow it across the chasm. We certainly need all the help we can find in this dangerous land. Why do you need helping hands? Well, to be honest, our numbers have dwindled since we attempted to expand in the north. We were cut off from many of our people. As we tried to re-establish supply and communication routes with them, we lost even more people. We rarely venture north anymore for fear of losing more folks to the wilds. You drifters showing up is a spark of hope for us. I'm happy to answer any questions you may have. So yeah, when you appear here, you're not on full health, which they kind of use to teach you about the Ember Ring system, which I'll show off in a bit. Well, I say system, it's just you kind of have to sit. If you sit near one of those campfire thingies, then you'll heal up certain wounds, I guess. What is this place? This is New Haven, a relatively safe place between the Great Chasm and the wilderness to the north. It has its fair share of dangers, but the people are friendly, supportive and welcoming. I think you'll find to be much more preferable to the Darklands. The old wall at the head of the valley protects us from the more formidable foes of the lands to the north, and the Great Chasm separates us from whatever evil lurks within the Darklands to the south. What is the old wall? From what I gather, the NPCs in the game are quite new. Now there are actually merchants standing around, and I think beforehand those were kind of interactable tables. Really, they didn't have NPCs. So maybe this text is kind of new. Also, the website does have. I had a look at the website and to see if there was anything about the lore of this game, but I think they told us something that they're really that they haven't released any of it yet, something like that. So yeah, interactions with NPCs and also quests I think are still fairly new or not well implemented yet, as we might see in a while, because you don't have a quest log. Actually, you have to use a text command to get your quest log. What is the old wall? Honestly, nobody knows its origins. You'll see it clearly as you head further north along the path, though aside from the old wall and a few ruins, there is no evidence of any other civilized people here. Maybe you can find out more about that. I'm happy to answer more questions you have. Is that a friend or foe? Who, got Rhonda? She's a friend. And we'll teach you combat maneuvers to help you survive here. In fact, you'll see many dressed like her, all clad in armor. If you ever get attacked and need help, you can run to any of the guards and they will help you defend your enemies. Defeat your enemies. Of course, why would they defend my enemies? How can I heal my wounds? Yes, of course. Adventurers like you often have many wounds from drifting through the Darklands. The first thing to do is get your strength back. Normally, rest and sustenance over a long period of time would be the solution, but we found an even better way to recover. Ember rings. Go up to the path and find a plume of orange ember energy resting into the sky. Rising into the sky from a ring of fire in the ground that needs no fuel to burn. Sit by it, watch it heal your wounds, and feel your fatigue washing away. After that, I suggest you talk to Guard Rhonda. She'll help you remember how to fight and survive. Very well. I will find the Ember Ring and then I'll find Rhonda and speak with her. Thank you, Dante. You're welcome, Drifter. We're glad to have you here in New Haven. I'm happy to answer any questions you may have. Yeah, we're kind of done. Whoop. I don't think we can actually go back. We just... oh, maybe we can. We get stuck on this. See, actually turning is not that bad. I think it maybe. Yeah, thing is, yesterday I was kind of ready to start complaining about movement in this game, but I think really the most of it kind of has to do with it being locked at 30. Now that it's on 60, it's really not that bad. Even the turning looks smoother. Well, it looks smoother, but it also it feels faster. So maybe this movement is kind of tied to FPS. I really don't know. But yeah, it looks and feels better than yesterday. Yeah, well, let's talk to Rhonda again. This short, burly woman here. Hail, combat trainer Rhonda. Glad to be in your company once again. Yeah, she doesn't have anything to tell me again. Also, yeah, as you can see, her eyes are kind of weird as well. Yeah, yeah, she tells you to start attacking these things here. Auto attack is really slow with this hammer. If it should be doing something. There we go. Yeah. Slow. That's not too bad. We have active abilities that you kind of use in between. So yeah, here's the Ember Ring. Okay, we're still in combat. That's on a timer, I see. So yeah, if you sit by here, you'll regain your health and stuff extra fast. This bar is actually here by default. I'm not really sure where to put it. This is in this bar you kind of have your buffs and debuffs. It's kind of obnoxious to have it here. It's a bit too big. Also, this can all be dragged around, but I think all this stuff is stuck. Which is fine, I guess, but yeah. And all this can be pushed around. Why should I put my friendly target? Maybe here? Combat log, out and open, like again, Everquest. Yeah, here we have Derimar Greenleaf, who teaches you about professions. How is refining coming along? Have you talked to Mareska about crafting yet? You'll find her northward along the path before you get to New Haven. But she'll expect a certain level of quality material before she'll teach you to craft with them. Yeah. I'm sorry, I keep pushing escape to clear my... there we go. To clear my selection. So yeah, so far I have not really prospected a whole bunch of stuff. Funny thing is, I found a rarer material before I found copper. Yeah, I found some malachite. So, and he gives you the quest to go out and find some. Depending on your chosen profession, he asks you to find, well, to prospect something, either, woodchuck, kind of chop some wood, or skin an animal, or get some ore. Yeah, but and then I found some malachite, and I went back to him, and then he wouldn't really acknowledge that I had found something. So he really actually needed me to find ore. But yeah, so that was kind of confusing, because I was like, I have ore. What are you? Why is the quest not progressing? But yeah, he needed me to get actual ore. Yeah, this system. Let's attack something. So this thingy, this quailback, is level 1 because it's blue to me, which means slightly easier than. There we go. Aha, he actually has something. So yeah, as you can see, required tool, skinning knife, which takes 8 seconds, but yeah, we don't have skinning, so there's nothing really we can do about it. Should probably see if we can spot some copper, because now I know what it looks like. Because I was kind of looking over here with by the mountains and rocks, but that's not necessarily needed. So yeah, again, this is a level 1 creature. They have a chevron system. Again, I might be repeating a lot of stuff, because if you're watching this, maybe you already know quite a bit about Embers Adrift. But yeah, kind of one of these symbols mean it's soloable basically. It's one character can take care of it. But if it has 2, then it means it's more meant. 2 or 3 are kind of your. I think 2 is more of an elite character or enemy, and then 3. I haven't seen any 3s yet, I believe, but I think that's more like an actual boss. You probably need a full group for something like that. And the one with 2 chevrons, I think you can do with 2 or 3 people. And then the one with 3, you probably need like a full group of 5 or 6. So yeah, here we have one that is yellow, so he is higher level than me, and also he has 2 chevrons, so I'm not gonna even attempt it. So far I have only encountered 1 aggressive enemy, which was kind of weird. I was suddenly being attacked by what looked like to be another player, but it was a smuggler. But yeah, he had just a regular, well, it makes sense, I suppose. He just looked like another player, really. Oh yeah, also this game does not have a compass or a map with your position on it, which I kind of enjoy, honestly. I think they a lot of people have, there might be a lot of people saying, oh, this just isn't finished yet because I'm not seeing my character yet, or I don't have a compass yet. But yeah, this is clearly what they want. You have a map, but you have to figure out for yourself where you actually are. They do give you kind of landmarks to keep track. So here we have this long tower, so you can always tell that that's where it came from. Also, there should be, yeah. So this planet is always visible in the sky, and this one is in the north. So you always know I'm heading, so this is basically your compass, because you always know that you're heading north. So yeah, right now we are probably here. somewhere. So yeah, easy enough. Probably harder once you get underground. How are we doing on... so yeah, level 2, the XP really isn't going... it's deliberately slow. Show it. Anyway, he had no loot. Let's kind of slowly make our way up to this place. Gonna kill some enemies along the way, maybe get close to the level 3. So this one is equal to me. Oh, there's a bear. I might actually, if no one else grabs it, because I am on a quest that I need bears for. Although that's probably... yeah, I can kind of hear my PC struggling a bit. He is... the 60 FPS isn't going that smoothly, I think. I don't know. I don't know if this records. So yeah, the GPU is on close to 80%, which is quite something. I think I need to collect bear urine for... so yeah, here's our debuff, we're dazed. Right, I hadn't gone over my abilities. Disease-riddled bear hide, vicious amber flux. Maybe that's the thing we need? Let's do... so, list objectives. Adjectives, no, objectives. There we go. Diluted bear urine. We need 5 of it. To make a map. Oh yeah, I should have talked to or talk to Gilda. Yeah, look for the apprentice. I tried that yesterday, I couldn't find him. So yeah, it's nighttime. That went pretty fast. So now we can get our torch out. So yeah, I can still pretty much see everything clearly. Let's turn on. Let's do this. Actually, it's not that bad. I can still sort of see. It's not total darkness. But yeah, it is. You could probably run into stuff like this. I think I have been. Yeah, I've been on this side before. Let's turn this down a bit. Let's give it a bit of darkness, because I kind of like that. So yeah, here's 2 chevrons. Let's attack this. We're on 82. Right, my attacks. Strike. Strike your enemy. And also a threatening strike. Let's get the something that gets the attention of your foes. Seems pretty self-explanatory. And I have Provoke, which I got at level 2. Which has an optional reagent. Yeah, I kind of remember seeing something about that. You can use stuff to make your... kind of make certain attacks stronger or give them different... Aha, another belt. So yeah, again, since it's quite easy enough to see at night, I see a lot of other players not even bothering getting their torches out because it's not really all that necessary, really. I think this is just an empty... yeah, this... We actually have a harder time going up slopes. That's a nice detail. Yeah, I think we're not even on a smooth 60. There really wouldn't be any use to using that ladder anyway. So yeah, I have to find someone's apprentice, which he told me he's in the east, so he should be somewhere probably around here. The this is kind of weird. So yeah, if we had the other gathering skill, we could chop this down. I've not seen any copper. So yeah, of course you have the right mouse button, which kind of does this thing, and you have the left mouse button, which does this thing without you turning. But if you start moving, it's of course character related. You just start moving forward. But once I use once I use my side to side button while I'm watching a different direction, if I just tap it now, boop, she'll tap to this direction, hup, 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 which feels a bit weird. So this is just, and I think it also. Let's see. So I'm walking forward, and now I'm gonna tap left. Yep, she turns right. I'm gonna tap. Right. But yeah, she just always turns the way that you're facing the camera. Anyway, let's see what we have here. I think we can put away. Yeah, I've been here. So yeah, everything is still at 100. Yes, so these ember rings, okay, they do actually hurt. Okay, that's good. I thought they didn't, because yesterday when it was really crowded, there was just people standing on it and sitting in it. I was kind of like, well, that's a bit silly. Here we have Bolgar. This is the guy that we need to. He asked us to find his apprentice. What's news? Have you found anything about the search? Have you found Adeline? Not yet. I'll get right on that. I need to know what has become of the boy. So he doesn't actually... He probably... Huh. He doesn't actually repeat that he's in the east. So yeah, you should have written that down. Well, you could probably look it up on a wiki somewhere. What do we have here? We have Sir Swartswaggle. Swordswaggle. Swartswaggle. You see a man shouting at drifters as they pass by. Well, lucky for him, there are actually drifters right now, but what if there were? What if I was the only one? I've got plenty of source material right there, right here, straight from the original Council of Six. Come learn their fighting styles or professions, straight from the founders. Get it while it's hot. Only a few copies left. Surely those can't be original manuscripts of the first founders. Oh yeah, why not? I'll have you know that these are the genuine article. Other items have been found of theirs up in the north. Why not their knowledge too, huh? I'd like to see those manuals. Yeah, I can't buy anything of this. Yeah, I think this comes into play later. So right now I already know prospecting. All gathering and crafting professions must be level 6 before you can learn another. I'm not really sure what's the status on this, because they changed something. At first you could only have 2. So 1 gathering and 1 crafting skill, but I think they changed it, but I'm not... I think now you can have maybe 1 extra gathering or 1 extra crafting skill, but maybe that's old news by now. Maybe they freed it up. So yeah, I'm not really sure what the status on this is. Super Bits and Bob was kind of complaining about this, and then he made another video about it because they actually changed it. So yeah, I think this has something to do... You already know Defender. You can only learn 1 adventuring role, so I'm not really sure why he's selling these. What's the purpose of him having this? Because you can't change this. If you choose Defender, you'll always be a Defender. Later on, you get subclasses basically, or yeah. And once you get subclasses, those you can actually change. Or forget and then train another one. So yeah, I think earlier, before actual NPCs were introduced, kind of this table would be interactive. It was something like that, rather than having an actual person there. Lady Grey. An older lady struggles to move a box of tools. More of them seem to be on display nearby. You offer to help her. Ah, thank you. Yes, just there. Now, Drifter, how can I help you? Are you looking for some tools today? Are you sure you're alright? A jovial smile cracks Lady Grey's face as if she's stifling a laugh. No, I'm just getting tools for this. Get it? Tooled. Too old. Get it? Yes, I can see. Yes, can I see what you have for sale? Dull axe, rusty pickaxe, rusty sickle, rusty skinning knife. So yeah, I don't need... Yeah. This was given to me in the beginning. Aha, so... Gathering gear actually does have durability on it. Alright, good to know. Gil Balin. Gil looks very bored, but perks up a bit as you approach. Hello, Drifter. Glad to see you. Come buy something. So I'll have a few copper to drink down tonight at the tavern. Fan of New Haven Ale, are ya? Oh yes, though I wish there was more variety. I wish there were more variety. The selections have dwindled since we stopped venturing into Northreach and the wilds beyond. We have less ingredients, less brewers, and consequently Less brews. Unfortunately, I'd love to hear Bartolo announce a new brew one of these days. The ales, spirits and liquors that man can make. Truly impressive. What do you have for sale? Basic smelling salts. What's this? Uses to waken an unconscious ally. So I guess you can use this once somebody is downed in a group. So you can buy a torch, but I'm not really sure. The torch doesn't seem to have durability, at least. So yeah. Emberstone slot. I'm not sure what that's about. Oh. Aha, so we can turn on titles. Tester, Buck Hunter. No, that's okay. I wonder if if you were to play the actual game in the future, once it's released, I wonder if you get to keep these titles. Bolt, kunai, yeah, we can't use anything. Ground torch, slap a torch in the ground to light your way. Yeah. Hold shift to purchase 20. So yeah, ground torch might be somewhat useful, although it's a bit, the stuff's quite expensive really. Because yeah, see, I have 100 of these is one of these. Hold on, I could probably sell some stuff. Nope. Yeah, you can have that. Oh, that's not. There you go. I have. Well, I don't care. This you can have. Shattered gem. Yeah, so I'm not sure if this has any use to me. Disease-ridden quillback hide. Yeah, so that is looks like to be useless. Well, maybe not useless, but it doesn't have any worth. Reagent type salve. Damage mod +5. Support. Aha, so this doesn't. I cannot use this, but a support class could. Okay, that's pretty neat that they do. So it does actually show if something is usable, I guess. Cannot be sold. Cannot be sold. Okay. So actually yesterday a GM was wondering about, and I was at the tower that we were just now, and he actually hailed me, and he gave me tea and meat, which give you like a buff for 30 minutes, +6 stamina regen for 30 minutes, and +25 health regen for 30 minutes. So yeah, that was pretty cool. I have not yet talked to this guy. Let's see what he has to say. Let's get our torch out. So that's kind of the thing with. Then again, I'm kind of torn between having kind of seeing stuff and then thinking, well, yeah, it's still it's the game is not finished yet, so you know. But then again, I think they are still meant to be releasing this year. So, but then at the same time, there might be a lot of stuff that they have done that is just not implemented yet. But at the same time, so it's the middle of the night and it's dark, and this character is just standing on the porch, just doing absolutely nothing. Again, those, you could say the same about those ones, but they're just at least standing by, you know, their market stalls, this person is just the hill grid here is just standing here day and night in the dead of night. Anyway, let's talk to Hillgrid the farmer. Hail. You follow your nose towards a woman cooking a wonderful smelling meal. As she turns to you, she jumps, startled by a sudden presence. I do like this. I do like what do you call that? Damn it, I'm looking for a word that I can't. Anyway, yeah, well, just this text that kind of describes what you're looking at. Descriptive text, probably something like that. Yeah, that I do like having that in games. Blimey, Drifter. Around here, it's rude to sneak up on people. I have a lit torch, and I was standing before you. I don't. Again, I don't. This is yeah. This is the least of anything. I don't really mind this stuff. Apologies, lady. I shouldn't have approached you without announcing myself, but I was enamored by the wonderful smell. No need to apologize, but since you're here, chop up those onions for me, will ya? So, of course. Do you have a chopping knife I can use? Right here, dear. Thank you. You're welcome. But I must say, by the looks of this farm, I thought you'd be preparing a bigger meal. Aye, it used to be true. All kinds of people would come help and stay for dinner. Those were the days. The community was thriving, and people would help where they saw a need. Nowadays, our numbers are so thin that everyone is fending for themselves just to stay afloat and provide for their own. That's not to say the New Haven folk aren't dear to each other, but everyone has to focus on their own work so New Haven can survive in general. Why are the numbers so low? Truth be told, many of the rangers and guards have lost their lives exploring and fighting north of the old wall. We sent too many people off to the north, hoping we could expand our reach and obtain supplies more easily. I tell you, the north can't be tamed. I can only imagine how those in the northern outposts are faring, if they're even alive at all. It's a blessing to have you drifters arriving in large numbers. Can New Haven continue to survive like this? Oh yes, for now. We have enough supplies, I think, to keep us going for a while, though it seems as of late our leaders are hiding something. I often wonder how full our barns actually are. Anyway, as those of us doing the work get older, there is no one to help us with filling the barns. There aren't a lot of growing families in New Haven right now. In fact, we expanded our fields last season and built new homes for our son and daughter in hopes. This should be plural, right? We built new homes for our sons and daughters in hopes that they might find someone to settle down with. Or is she talking about her own son and daughter? Yeah. Okay, so she has a son and one daughter. Okay, yeah. My fault there. I thought she was talking about the whole community as a whole. I'd love some grandkids in a few years. You should stop by and say hello. Well, it looks like I'm done with these onions. Ah, of course. Please help yourself to some of this before you go. Thanks for your help. Okay, did we actually get something out of that? I don't think so. No. Nope. Okay, so that was just flavor text, really. Young buck. Oh. So there are just thieves out back. So I. Okay. Yeah, we get two of them. Let's see if we can. I don't think we can handle two, but let's see. Oh, they're healing. No. Yeah, I also have healing actually. Let's try one. No. Okay. Let's run to the guards. Yeah, I've noticed that before. Kind of enemies going through the ground after they die. Let's rest up. Put our feet in the fire. I'm actually not sure what the blue bar is about. I think it has to do with fatigue. So yeah, I've seen a lot of people on the forums and on community videos that they released asking about magic. Is there a magic system in this game? Can I be a mage, basically? And they've kind of already said that this is a low magic setting, so there really isn't any of that. Although they've kind of hinted at an alchemy system, which is I don't really know what it's supposed to be. If it's an actual class or maybe more just an extra profession, but that is kind of its answer to a magic class, because it appears that you can kind of use that to do some neat things that are akin to magic, I suppose. But yeah, you cannot be just a magic character. This guard seems to be looking out over the valley with pride. He smiles as you approach. How can I be of service, Drifter? Why do you need to guard the farms? Well, there are thieves back there for one. Why do you need to guard the farms? We'd like to ensure the farmers have someone to come to if they get attacked by the wildlife, or if pesky critters start attacking any drifters like yourself. These farms are crucial to New Haven's well-being. Lately we've been hearing reports of theft, which could be a real problem for New Haven. You aren't planning on stealing anything, are you? Well, no, of course not. That is something a thief would say, wouldn't he? Why do you ask? Well, because the guards are watching at all times, and I'd hate to have to throw you in the dungeon for a week. Lots of rats down there, not much light, not nice at all. Ha! Just yanking your chain, but seriously, don't cause any trouble. Are you in charge? I wouldn't say that. I have charge of the guards within this valley. My orders come down from Lieutenant Graham, and hers from the captain, ultimately. The Council of Six is in charge, but they tell you they are the simple servants of all New Haveners. Can you tell me about the Council of Six? Of course, noble men and women have served the council since New Haven was founded. The current council members are Relmore Henrik, Feli Lista, Almoretta Vala, the oldest member. That is kind of so this person can actually talk in quotes, or Cyprian Falstaff, Gasparto Mulvey, and the youngest, Brianna Tollendale. They are often accompanied by the chronicler of the council, Helvecta Delmorn. They also have a few aides assisting them. You will see them out and about in town, but they also hold audiences daily in the New Haven Council Hall, wherein they discuss the troubles and solutions of New Haven. They occasionally hold public judgments of criminals in which they will sentence, exile, or exonerate those accused of crimes. Alright. So yeah, maybe if we travel a little bit further we'll get to a city, which would be nice. Let's see if we can... We're almost level 3. Let's see if we can fight another thief, or have there been... There we go. Oh. Yep, should have been more careful. Pull them back further. It has been night time for a while now, actually. I have 2 stacks of potions. We can use one if needed. Let's take one. Come on. Let's get at least one of yous. Okay, do you have anything for me? Pants! Alright. Whoop! Yeah, again, I did the thing where I look back and then hit one of the side buttons. Alright. Let's see if the pants is any better than what we have. Armor class 3. 5. There we go. I think it did change. Yeah. Yeah, I think I speak for most people, but it is nice when new items actually have new graphics to go along with them. Again, kind of mentioning that it was quite a shame that the belt and the braces actually don't show up on my character. Getting back health, well, it's probably... no, it might take longer on later levels actually, so... because so far, especially when I'm comparing it to classic Everquest, actually sitting down and getting your health back really doesn't take that long. But there was also the thing with original Everquest that it got worse and worse when you got to later levels. Okay, get over here. Let's there we go. I don't think we actually get anything at level 3. Because this is level 4, then we get resistant. Oop. I'm not really sure what this is about. The percentage. Is my the thief was empty. bit of weird phrasing there. Yeah, if we get one more, we'll level. But of course there aren't any around. Well, I could fight this one, I suppose. Let's maybe have a look over there. Ah. I think my cast bar isn't centered properly. Let's see. Looks a bit off. But I don't think I can actually... Ah, damn it. Yeah. No, we might be in for it now. Did she just... Yeah, take one. Take one, take one, take one. Thank you, sir. Much obliged. Yeah, they heal themselves. They're quite nasty. Oh, I guess he must be higher level than me. Yeah, no worries. I'm fine. Yeah, thank you. Go. Thank you. Great. Wait, they keep healing themselves. What is? Let's bow. There we go. Let's head back. We need to heal up. Thank you, Sir Scruffy. Sir Scuffy. I bowed for the thief. Whoop. Bump in the road. Alright, we are level 3 now. I think I've been going for a while. Maybe I should. So we actually have. Well, that's pretty cool. What's that red light over there? Oh, we did get a bump in HP. I started at 70. Whoa. Oh. Yeah, I've had this before, so this is probably something that has some relevance. At first, when it happened to me first time, I thought there was something wrong with the game, but yeah. Probably some kind of mystery. Maybe I should cut the video here, because I don't really know. Yeah, I'll just do. I'll start up another one, I guess. I also have a torch. Hang on. I think I do actually have the option to toggle the UI, F11, okay. Yep. Yeah. Graphically, it doesn't look too bad, but but then again, the actual power it needs to run it, might. It has to bloody well look nice. But I think that's usually the thing with Unity games. I've had the same issue with Shroud of the Avatar. And that game doesn't look nearly as nice as this one, but for some reason the GPU, that game hogs my GPU like mad. It really makes my PC almost sound like a jet engine for really no reason, I think. So yeah, there's something in the Unity engine that so it's gotten better over the years, but yeah, Unity engine all in all, it hasn't been. I have not had really great experiences with it. I remember one of the first games I played with the Unity engine, and I don't think it's as bad on this system, but it was bad on my old PC that I had back then. Was with Pillars of Eternity. I think that was one of the first Unity games that I played for a long while, and at some point that game just I don't know. It had a hard time running. It wasn't so bad in the early game, but later on that game. At some point, I'm just kind of stopped playing because of it. because I was getting annoyed by it running at with some areas just running at 20 FPS, even though this sort of game, a CRPG like that doesn't really need it. But yeah. But yeah, all in all, I when something is something says or I learn about something running on the Unity engine, that is kind of a a bad sign. But yeah, this game seems to have a bit of the same issue where yeah, it's a real heavy hitter on your hardware for where it maybe does not have the results to show for it. Although it doesn't look, it looks nice, I'll say that. But I don't know if it looks nice enough to have your GPU screaming at it. But yeah. So yeah, this is the first video. I should probably do another one before the weekend is over. So yeah, kind of a first impression, if you will, of Embers Adrift. Yep. Well, thank you for watching. See you around. Bye for now. See ya.